Hey guys, Corey here on the Hip Kit Club YouTube channel, and it's Sketch Friday, which is awesome. And that was the sketch, which you can also always get on the Facebook page. But today I'm going to do the sketch, and I'm flipping the sketch. So it's not like I'm just basically going to flip it upside down. So everything that kind of was up at the top is going to be down at the bottom. Today's just one of those like super easy days to flip the sketch. It's not too complicated. So that's kind of fun. So I'm just starting off by getting some different pattern papers. I'm using the December 2019 hip kits. My January kits are actually going to be here, but not until tomorrow. And that would make it a little bit late for me to get this video. So this is the very last page I'm making with the December kits. So I was a little bit like nervous about it because I've used so much of these December kits because I put them in my December documented album. So I was kind of like, oh crud, what am I going to do? I hope I have enough supplies. Of course, I had enough supplies. These kits have so many different things in them that there's no way that I could run out. So, well, I guess I could run out, but I did not. So, I was able to put this together with no problem, with plenty of things, and I still have tons of stuff left over. So, there's a lot of good stuff that's going into my stash. Anyhow, so I've got these two bottom, like the pattern paper on the bottom, and I want to get some color up on the white. So I'm using the color kit from December and just getting a little bit of stuff on some palette paper so that I can basically just smush some color onto my background. That is a very technical term, smush, but you'll see how I'm doing that. So I did also, just FYI, run that through my sewing machine just to kind of get the edge stitched down as well. Okay, so I have this acrylic block here. It's kind of like the packaging technique. I don't have any packaging right now, or I didn't feel like digging it out, and so my acrylic block was here, and you know what? It works just as well. So I'm just smushing some color down. I want to get a little bit of all the colors on there that came in the color kit, and then I'm going to blend a few of them together and then go from there. So I really loved these December kits. They were just beautiful, and I don't know if there's still some left in the shop, but if there are, you should totally go get some because the colors are fantastic. And I guess the other thing is like there's a lot of snowflakes now down here in Georgia. We rarely have snow. Like when we do, it's like a Christmas miracle basically. And it's not even around Christmas, I'm just saying that. But we so rarely have snow that it's hard for me to use like snowmen and snowflakes and things like that. But what I loved about this is that the colors, even though there's snowflakes in it, I was able to use them almost kind of like they were just stars. So it was just kind of nice to, not be so caught up in what the actual shape is, but because of the color, I was very able to integrate it into everything else. And when you mixed it with stars, they actually looked really cool. So I was super happy about that. So while my background dries, I'm just going to kind of get some layered papers together for my photo. If you go and look at the sketch, you can tell in the sketch that the photo is sitting on basically some layered papers, which is always fun to do. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm also using some of these embellishments, kind of like these frames and stuff like that came in the kits. They layer just as well too. So I figured, and they're different colors, so I figured why not go ahead and layer those in there as well. I am using a staple right here just to get a little dimension onto the page or underneath my photo. I put my photo on top of that and it just kind of pops it up a little bit more. And I'm just going to keep on layering different things until I kind of feel like I've got a good base for my photograph. I just did tape that down too because I was having trouble just adhering it with my glue. I should have probably used like my hot glue gun because it would have stuck a lot faster, but I didn't. So now I am. So I found this little tag in there. I'm just going to put a little bit of string just on there. This is string just from my stash. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize right now. While I was working, I did not notice the glare coming from the window behind me. While I'm working, I just don't even notice that. And I didn't notice it until the very end of the video when I was trying to when I was wrapping it up. It kind of goes in and out. So I'm just going to apologize right now for that. So sorry. So I had this one card from the Pocket Life kit, and it says Happy New Year's on it, and I was going to try and incorporate the whole card in some way onto my page. But then once I got doing it, I just really wanted the three little snowflakey things. I thought that those were cool. So I just kind of circle cut them out. And now that my background is done, I'm going to dry it. So it is done all the way. Really, I'm only care that I needed to dry it a little bit more just so that my adhesive would actually stick down, because even though sometimes it's just kind of damp, I can go ahead and start working, but then you can't really adhere anything. It just messes everything up. So it is good to have it all the way dry. So I'm going to just get this done. All right, so I just nicked the side of this page. Gosh, I was just I was being a little too careless. So I did just put a little bit of tape on the back side so it wouldn't get any worse. Of course, adding a little bit of thread from my stash after scrap lifting. I won't say copy, but scrap lifting Missy last week. I was I'm all into the string. It's super fun. So those 3 little circles that I cut out of that Pocket Life card that had little snowflakes on them, they were just kind of once I put them on there, they were so stark white. I was I don't like that. So basically all I did was rub them on my palette paper where I still had some color left over from my background page. And so those are just kind of right there, and they're just drying while I work on this other part. So I'm getting my title down. As I'm doing that, I had pulled out these little die cut pieces from the kits. I went and found all these New Year's type of things. And so I'm just getting those down. I want to layer the title over the glasses part of where it says 2020. Now I do this a lot where I go ahead and I adhere things down, and then I realize that I placed it just in a little bit of the wrong spot. So I just rip it up and re-adhere it down. I do that all the time. Don't be afraid, especially when it's a bunch of layers and stuff. You can usually cover up any mistakes. So I don't worry about that. So then once I get this down, I'm going to go ahead and stitch it just so that it doesn't come off. It's on there. Never want the title to fall off. So once I have that on there, I can just keep embellishing this. I'm using these little snowflake things, kind of like a star. I am going to add some stars in as well. But like I said, I'm just using these. See, that's what I did with the little other stars. I just rubbed it in a little bit of color, and there you go. You've kind of got it like an embellishment. I really wanted this Happy New Year on there. So I'm just layering different things here and there just to kind of, because it's fun, honestly. I love this little glass that says cheers on it. I think that's super fun. And then another banner that says Happy New Year's. Even though the date technically is on here because it says New Year's Eve 2020, I did go ahead and date stamp it, and because I just felt like it needed to all, for that to be on there again. That was a big chipboard piece that I just cut in half, and I'm layering it underneath the photograph as well. And then I'm going to put a little journaling on here. It's not very much. It was just about how we spent New Year's on our island. I call it our island. Guys, I don't own the island. It's just my favorite. So don't think I'm trying to be all bougie talking about my island. I'm just saying we just call it our island. So, we can dream. Owning an island in Florida. Haha. Anyhow, so I'm just going to keep embellishing this. Again, I'm just going to dip a few of these little things in the paint that's already on my palette paper. And otherwise, I'm just going to, add different little snowflakes and stars and things like that act like my stars, and get those all over my page. Then I had these cool silver, they actually are snowflake stickers, and I'm going to layer those behind things too, because again, if I'm using these snowflakes like stars, there's no reason why I can't use these silver ones as stars either. So I am going to just go ahead and layer those in different little places. I love it because they just kind of poke out just a little bit. So it kind of mutes the fact that it is a snowflake. And I'm really pleased with how those stickers kind of layered on everything. And then I've got these cool little kind of sparkly enamel dots. I guess they're not just dots. They kind of have like little flat textures to them and stuff, but they're really cool. So I'm going to layer those in around too, because again, stars, sparkling, etc., etc. And then I'm going to just put one more of these little snowflakes here behind my cheers. And then guys, that is everything. So here's my page up close and a few little close-ups. And you guys make sure you head on over to Hip Kit Club and pick up the last of these December kits because they're fantastic and you don't want to miss out. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for stopping by.